Ladies and gentlemen, it is my great pleasure to be here today to introduce to all of you an expert on communications. Ali has a degree in communications from his country, and he's here today to talk to you about soft skills. We all know that it's not enough to know how to do something. It's very important to have the ability to communicate with people. So I would like to introduce Ali to you, and he will take over and he will give you all the information in order to become a soft skill expert. Let's give Ali a big hand.
Thank you very much for your nice introduction and your coming to my presentation. I'm very excited to be with you. And today I want to explain a little bit review about the soft skills. And next slide I will show my outline. So I want to emphasize the importance of soft skills, why we are talking about, why we should talk and learn. And I will just make a quick review because some of you should have known before. And I want to talk about and focus the part of presentation as a person who taught presentation class in the past. That's why I thought it might have been better for your career and future how to put a good presentation. So next slide, I would like to talk about what are the soft skills and what the soft skills employer want to see, and what is the case work I had in the past. So next slide. So soft skills, what is the soft skills? It is something we are not taught in the university. You see here, so some stuff we are not taught. Actually, yesterday I visited to University store of Alberta. I asked soft skills and tried to find some books, but no books were available because it was ignored. Because the universities are oriented to teach and guide students in the technically graduated their students. So in next slide I will talk about why it is so important. So it is easy, you can get the job, but the more important thing, how to keep the job in the long-term run. And you see here, this is a research which is done by Stanford Research International. According to research, the question or survey has been sent to 500 CEOs or managers, and they will be asked to respond. What are the most important things for you to keep the person in the job? 75% of the managers said soft skills are important for them to keep the person in the job. It is very important today, you know, many bankruptcy are heard by all of us through all of the world. That's why it is better to keep a secure and long-term position by obtaining soft skills experience. So next slide, I will talk about one question. Then we could ask a question: soft skills is more important than technical skills? I think it's so. It is absolutely true. It is more important because if you continue for other slide, please just continue. You see here, it is important to understand what soft skills, because I didn't make a touch for that. There are many meanings. There are many kinds of soft skills, but just main and general terminology for this concept. You see here, okay, effective communication, not communication, how you can be effective. You need to be a leader, you need to lead your organization, you need to put a contribution in positive way. And teamwork, you learn how to be part of teamwork, and research skills and analytical ability, analytical thinking, you should learn it. So this is just general description of the soft skills in the media. So next slide, I want to talk about why we need soft skills, because it is the cornerstone of the professional success. Because most of newcomers has high technical skills because they are graduated, because they are examined during their application to the Canada. But soft skills is very important because you are here to compete with the person in Canada. They are native and they have great soft skills, but lack of technical skills. So next slide, I would like to give some information about the soft skills. What I am understanding about the soft skills is a kind of improving human behaviors. Okay, human behaviors. It's a standard, international standard to make a level, a normal, to evaluate the person. That's why it's a character skills or human skills, etc. So next slide, I want to show some examples of the soft skills. There are people interpersonal skills. How you are good well with the person at the outside or at the workplace. And loyalty, how you are loyal, what you understand by the loyalty. And dependability, you are a dependable person or you are like a jumper. So this is very important. You are on time, which means punctuality, or you are honest. These are something we always hear from the time we are born, but it is important to keep these values with us wherever we go. So next slide, I would like to give some most important soft skills which should be with us. So, positive attitude. It is very good word I had learned in Canada, staying positive, always positive. I think this is a way of being with positive attitude. So if you continue here cheerful, okay, smiling is very important. Cheerful people makes more productive, more warm atmosphere. This is very important. And yeah, always, yes, we can. Then I think you can. What you say, I can, I think you can, absolutely. So good sense of humor. Okay, the humor is good, but there are good or bad sense of humor. You should be part of good sense of humor. It makes improving the friendship in the workplace. So next slide. Communication skill is important. That's why talking, that's why you are here. You learn how to speak gently, not sharpen, spoken well. So written is important because written is a document. It's a way to keeping track in the company. It's very important. And finally, verbal, how to pronunciate well, how to explain your problems to the person you are working with. So next slide. You see, computer skill is very important. It's a way in presentation, but there are many ways. There were many ways in the past to give a presentation. I know from my education, my professor always was with the board, just reading and writing. Then this was a kind of presentation, a lecture. But today, presentation is done by computer. That's why I put a significant part for my presentation, how to prepare a good presentation. So next slide, strong work ethic. Ethic is very important. It works with the moral and morality. And if you continue hard worker, try to be hard and try to be quick and try to be on time. Honesty or integrity both are the same meaning. It is very important. You need to be honest, and which means you need to be transparent person. Nothing you should have to hide. You should be transparent. And next slide. Okay, never. You are supposed not to use the company's telephone and things. You are responsible. and never lie, cheat, or steal, and don't spend unnecessary time by making phone calls during the work, because it is a place you have to work. That's why this is kind of something you are supposed to follow it. And next slide, punctuality is very important, and you need to arrive on time. It is better if you work more. In Canada, there are flexible research time. For example, I am using this flexible. I work up to midnight after this class. That's why it is good opportunity to make a career here. There is a flexible research time or working time in Canada. So after breaks and lunch, you should come back on the time. So flexibility, it is very important how you are flexible, how you have tolerance, something which can be strange because you have different culture. Flexibility, which means how to bear something you are unusual before. And adaptability, how you are open to change and adapt to new places, as shown in this figure. So it should be done quickly and easily, then you can get a job in future time. So problem solving, yeah, it's very important. Don't wait a solution from your partner. Try to be part of solution. Never try to be part of problem, in which requires to use your brain, which requires to be part of a problem, part of your team. So next slide, I want to talk about interpersonal skills. It is very important how you are well. You know some etiquettes, introduce yourself and make a business talking like that. So I don't want to go much on detail in this because there are some books you can visit and take information. So next slide. Yeah, teamwork skills is very important because generally in Canada people is supposed to work in a team. You need to understand the mission of team, the goal of team, and you need to understand the position you have, what you could do better. Then also you need to help yourself to put more efforts to build up a success for your team, which is a part of loyalty, as we talked before. So next slide. Okay, initiative and motivation. Yeah, it's better. You always are supposed to take initiative. It is very important. Okay, don't wait a role or a duty, because you need to be a leader and you need to take responsibility and you need to take the person to some prosper future. So next slide, I would like to talk about the loyalty. You never talk about your boss and company. Everything should be in secret and everything should be confidential. This is very important. And that's why we are called this loyalty. Even you are left from your position, it is better if you do to keep everything in the past at well-known memory. So don't discuss with others some confidential matters, and don't be ambushed by others to give information. Another slide, yeah, it is very important outlook. If you are at a place to give a presentation, you should be a little bit different and better, and you should prepare yourself. You should start each day with good aprons. I don't know how you do this, but this is what your aprons might be better. So next slide. Yeah, so presentation skill, this is what I want to focus here. It is very important because I taught one semester presentation class. So I would like to, this is a part of my own, my class page. So next slide, I would like to ask for help. So if you started to prepare some project, or if you are supposed to initiate some idea, you need to know the name of authorities or experts. You need to know the published books. You need to make contact. So you see here, if you prepare something, okay, if you prepare some presentation or paper, you need to send and ask, okay, what you can do more, how to make it better. So this is a way to make a contact, introduce yourself to a new person who is working in a different country or different institutes. So that's why it is a way to expose yourself to somewhere you don't know or nobody knows before you. And sharing is very important. I think it's very important. Generally, in our country, people keep everything in confidential. That's why the progress is static. But if you open-minded person, you have to open everything because this is information century. Then you need to find partnership. Partnership is very important, which means if you have partner through all the work, then you can make a big progress. So, yeah, this is what I talk about. And next slide. Yeah, literature review is very important, and you are supposed to spend most of your time in the library. Today there is internet. During my education there was no internet. There was just I had chance to visit the library. But here everything is open and available for you. You can go and find something, but appreciate the person who wrote the book and try to understand who is sitting alive or not. If he's alive, try to make a question during your reading and send him some comments. Sometimes I'm getting some comments, I'm happy. Sometimes people ask me to send some of my papers. This kind of things makes me happy. Okay, somebody recognized. It means recognizing this is a good feeling. Then help me to have the person called from other part of the world. So email is a good idea. And suggestion for the presentation. You can put more reading, but it is better to make less reading because reading is just a roadmap. So second, more eye contact. You need to make more eye contact. You need to understand the person, how they are well or not. And quality pictures. Okay, you can buy some pictures from everywhere, but there are some programs. You can improve the picture. Picture quality makes the person well. That's why it is important. Each slide should be a title. It is very important because if you want to keep the person awake, you need to put some hint. People should understand after some while. Otherwise, people can start sleeping. Then it's very important. More pictures make people more interesting. And maps is important. If you talk about, for example, China, a city in China, you need to use a map because people doesn't have to know everything about your country. Then you have to show some map and some guides. And yes, same template. You know, this is the template. It's a blue template. Some students try to change different template. Consistency is very important in the presentation. And the trade-off between the objective and the conclusion, you need to put an objective at the beginning of your presentation. Then your conclusion should be interrelated to your objective. So next, less redundancy, not to repeat much. Sometimes it is not good and not better to keep the person. And focus the topic, it is better to keep yourself with the topic you are talking about or writing. And it helps you to go deeper. And use large size. You see here, it is better, large size, to make your presentation more visible. And Google Earth is a good tool. Today you can find anywhere. It is easy and free of charge. That's why I suggest you sometimes it's better to detect the position you are talking about. Explain picture, and you need to contact with the audience also, the picture and the slides. This is some contact. And technical detail is not wanted and required because people is not supposed to learn here to get technical details. But presentation, the purpose of presentation to motivate the person, to attract the person. They try to person to into your topic. So that's why technical makes people boring and afraid of keeping themselves away the topic you are talking about. And yeah, name predecessor contributors or previous contributors. It is very important. And that's all what I wanted to talk about today. Thank you very much for your attention. If you have questions, I would be happy more than you to help and answer.
Very good. So we'll have, first of all, let's hear questions.
Excuse me?
Yes?
Can you know why you choose that topic? You have any personal reason or just
That's why I taught presentation skill. Presentation is one of the important part for soft skills. Also, I'm the first speaker, and for the presentation, I try to help. I try to share my experience and suggestions with you. Then you can take benefits and use for your presentation.
thank you.
I have another question. Computer skills are really soft skills or technical skills?
Yeah, but you see here I'm using as a part of the soft skills because I prepared my presentation by computer. That's why computer is a technical things, but you can use for the purpose of presentation, which is a part of soft skills.
Okay, thank you.
Any question? Yes?
Okay, I like your presentation because soft skills nowadays is the most important thing, especially in workplace. And I like your when you present, you almost stammering, and you put trust in yourself. I like that.
Thank you very much. Any question?
You did a good job.
Thank you. This is my job.
Good. So on behalf of our class, I would like to thank Ali for starting our presentation with his topic. I am sure that you have learned a lot from it, and I'm sure that you can use a lot of it, if not all, in order to help you present better tomorrow as well as in the future. Now, when we finish, after we finish, we'll have a discussion on presentation also, but that will be done later. So let's give Ali a big hand. Okay, so we can stop that and then we can have the discussion. Now I would like now to have some time. Bruce is here, so Bruce can go with the